Hi, I'm Chad with Hollow. You might remember in one of our recent videos, we went through 15 idioms and we ranked them on how useful they are. This is part 2 of that video. We're going to go through 15 more idioms. I will give you my opinion on how useful they are. I'm going to rank them a 1, a 2, or 3. A 1 means that they're not useful, 2 means useful with some limitations, and 3 means very useful, suitable for everyday conversation. So first up today, so far, so good. And that basically means exactly like it sounds. Up until this point, up until now, things are going well. They're going good. So if someone asks you, hey, how's studying for the test going? You can say, so far, so good. This is a 3. Next up, speak of the devil. So if you're talking about somebody and they appear, you can say, oh, speak of the devil. Now this one is not as common as it used to be, so I think I would rank this one a 2. You might hear it more common in TV shows than you might in regular daily life at this point. Time flies when you're having fun. This means that time feels like it goes by really quickly when you're doing something that you enjoy or you're having a good time. Now, this one will definitely be understood by everybody, but similar to the last one, I don't think it's one that people say as often in daily conversation. It's a bit old-fashioned sounding, but it's still useful. And there's not really a good idiom to replace it, so I'm going to rank this one a 2, under the weather. So if someone is feeling under the weather, that means that they're feeling sick. I don't understand the literal meaning of this, under the weather, but it's something, again, that was commonly used maybe a little bit prior to now. It's not something that I use in my daily conversation. I do hear it occasionally. I think it can sound a little bit like you learned your English from a textbook if you use this phrase. So I don't think I would use it. I'd also rank this one a 2. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Basically, that means that if somebody is talking about a problem that's going to come up in the future, a potential issue, you can say, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can't cross the bridge before you get there. I really like this idiom a lot, very commonly used. Again, it means that tomorrow's problems we'll deal with when we get to tomorrow. This one is a 3. Wrap your head around something. So if you're trying to understand something complicated, you're trying to wrap your head around it. You're trying to understand the whole idea. This is a very good one. I think it's one that's very common. It's one that I personally use, so I would also rank this as a 3. A penny for your thoughts. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what you're thinking. I don't really like this one. Again, quite old-fashioned. I don't think I've heard somebody say this in a long, long time. So to me, not a very important one. I'd rank this a 1. A perfect storm. That means the worst possible situation. It means that everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. Everything at the same time became a perfect storm. This is a very good one, very useful to describe when everything has gone wrong. This is a 3. Actions speak louder than words. This means that you're going to believe what people do and not what people say. So lots of people, maybe they have good intentions or maybe they just have a hard time being honest. They will say they will do things, but they won't. Actions are more true of what people will actually do rather than what they say they will do. This is a very good one, very common one. This is a 3. Break the ice. So if you're just getting to know somebody, you have to break through this level of maybe discomfort and feeling like you don't know them very well. It's a little bit awkward. But if you break through the ice, then you get through that initial level. It's much more comfortable. So sometimes at school or work situations, when you're getting to know somebody, they'll have what they call icebreakers and their little activities to break through this initial ice of getting to know people. That one is a 3. Comparing apples and oranges. Comparing two things that cannot be compared against each other just because they're different, they're each their own thing, that would be comparing apples to oranges. A very good one, that's a 3. Go on a wild goose chase. That means to do something pointless, there's no real purpose to it, it's a waste of time. Very old-fashioned, not one that I've heard recently. This is a 1. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. This one's a little bit kind of strange compared to most of the idioms you hear in English. But the idea is quite simple. You throw a stone and instead of killing 1 bird, it kills 2. I don't know why you'd want to kill any birds in the first place, but it's an idiom that we use, and it means getting two things done at once, two things done in one try. This is a 3. The best thing since sliced bread. And that means it's a really good invention. It's something very unique, very useful. You could see how sliced bread was a very useful invention. So it's saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. But again, quite old-fashioned. This is a 1. The last one that we're going to go over today is the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room means it's the big obvious thing, right? Like you can't not see a giant elephant in the room, but people are avoiding it anyway. It's something very obvious that people don't want to talk about. Maybe it's uncomfortable. They don't want to bring it up. So if there's something that's quite obvious that nobody wants to talk about, then you can say that's the big elephant in the room. This one's a 3. So those are our 15 idioms that we went over today. Hopefully they're helpful in knowing what you should learn, what you should focus on, and what you can use in daily conversation. Thanks for watching. Check out our app, Hollow. You can find the link to it in our description. Let me know if you have any questions about these idioms. I'll see you next time.